What's up, Reddit? Y'all wanted me to make a video about Terrance McKenna and what his life was like and what growing up was like for him. So here you go. First of all, he's from Paonia, which is an incredibly small town in Colorado. And the thing with Paonia is that it's less than 1 square mile. And it's the definition of small town. So he's from a very small town, very Christian upbringing. I think the biggest Christian denomination was Orthodox at 37%, which is pretty sizable, and Catholics were around 20% when he was alive in Paonia. So a real Christian upbringing, and him and of course Dennis, his brother. And you combine that with the fact that he's in this beautiful, beautiful landscape. Words don't really have any meaning for it, because unless you go there and you drive the several hours through mountains, you really don't know. You really don't. But it's really gorgeous, and I should have taken a couple pictures, because the view, right, if you stand right by his tomb, his grave, whatever you want to call it, the view is just breathtaking in every direction. Snow-capped mountains, covered with trees, beautiful. And the only thing with living there in a small town is that you would think that he would become some hillbilly sort, but he's one of the greatest philosophers, I would argue, of our time, or right before my time. So Paonia, it one time held the world record for the most churches per capita. So that gives you an idea also on, how religious his community was while he was growing up. With a population of around 1,500 people, there was barely anyone there. And honestly, the best part of my trip there, I have to say, was there's this road, one road in, one road out, that goes to where he's at, and to Paonia. And if you just, like at night, if you just get out of your car and just listen, there's just nothing. There's just like the occasional sliding of rocks, because you're on the side of a mountain, but other than that, it's just dead silence, and it's so beautiful. You really have to experience it yourself. I think some of his best contributions, honestly, were his writings. I haven't read any of his books, but I have listened to tons of his lectures, and it was really a treat just to hear him talking with that tone and the way he pronunciates words. It's just a trip. I love the man, and his personality is just perfect. And the way that he can draw with words, the way that he describes how the machine elves can draw with words, he has the ability, or at least, maybe not the physical ability to make words into a reality, but he has the ability to just draw with his mouth and be able to bring you into new spaces just by saying a few choice words. He just was an amazing speaker. And I think that, along with his group therapy sessions, which that's how he described them, he would take about 40 people at a time, and they would go and they would either do DMT or LSD or psilocybin, I'm sure. But I think I remember him talking about it one time. He said he had groups of around 40 people at a time that he would just give them all, he gave them all a dose. That I can't even try to imagine trying to corral 5 people who are on like a high dose of LSD, much less 40. So the man is great in and of himself for just doing that. I think that's one of his greatest contributions, because I really do believe that some of the best experiences that you can gain from being here on Earth are to experience some of the more potent psychedelics, because the way I describe DMT is it's not a drug of, let's call it a drug of passion. Like, if you just want to get high, there are plenty of drugs for you. If you just want to see things, there are plenty of drugs for you. But psilocybin, LSD, but especially DMT, is a drug of understanding. And it's not really a drug. It's a gateway. And if you think I'm crazy, if you think that I'm maybe making this up, you're just going to have to experience it for yourself, because then you'll be like, oh, this kind of goes outside of our definition, or at least my definition, of drugs, because it's not, you lose touch with you. But I don't want to make this a rant about DMT, because I'm sure that I can make plenty of videos about that, but I'm really glad that y'all wanted me to make a video. It really brightens my day to be able to share this information with the world, and I'm not afraid to show my face. My name is Preston Steele, and thank you for watching.